Hello guys, my name is Daniel Weiss, and in this video let's talk about macronutrients in context of macronutrient split for general population. So this is for people who want to maintain weight, maybe lose weight, maybe even gain weight like muscle mass, but generally they are pretty normal people. They are not high performing athletes. Maybe you even go to gym a few times a week, but you are not stressing, pushing the envelope very hard. I believe that one of the first things that we really need to focus on, or why would we even speak about macronutrient splits? What does it matter? I mean, the point is that many people nowadays are searching for this kind of magic bullet, or they believe that having certain kind of macronutrient split, for example 70% carbohydrates, 10% fat and 20% protein, will get them closer to their goals. This might be very well true, but often, just working with people, we don't eat macronutrients. We are people, right? We are not calculators. And having said that, in context of general population, if you focus on just eating normal foods, high quality foods, that means not refined sugars, not refined kind of fats in form of oils, specifically added oils, added sugars in foods. So focusing on whole food, plant-based diet, you will do perfectly without ever counting your macronutrients, calories, and such. This is very well true for general population, for people who just want to maintain, they want to be stressed about it, they don't need to push the envelope. And even when I work with athletes, I see that this kind of approach works for them really well, because we want to reduce stress. We don't want to be stressed about food. We don't want to be making our life more complicated than it needs to be. But having said that, there are a few things that might be worth mentioning. And so let's get some education for you right here, guys. First, carbohydrates and proteins have 4 calories per gram, while fat is the third macronutrient, has about 9 calories per gram. Then we have also fiber and alcohol. Fiber having about 4-5 calories per gram, but it's not very well absorbed by us. I mean, also there are different types of fiber, like soluble, insoluble, right? From insoluble fiber we don't get really energy, but it is very essential for us because it feeds the microbiota in our guts, and they produce short chain fatty acids that then feed our body, right? So it's essentially very important. However, we don't get energy directly from that. Then we have the alcohol, which has about 7 calories per gram, and this is the fat that is very, very unlikely to be stored, and this is the kind of food macronutrient that we burn right away. It's very readily accessible energy. Having said that, without going into too much details for you, because I don't want to really overwhelm you, is that unless you are in some kind of extreme diet, which would be like this high carb, low fat, like 90-10-10, 90% carbohydrates, or on the other hand, ketogenic diet where you limit carbohydrates to about 50 grams or less for whatever reason, then I mean, you don't need to really count carbohydrates. What might be worth for you is to focus on protein first and foremost, and that is if your goal is to try to build muscle, but you don't need to stress about it. It's like for general population, even like 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, lean body mass, works very well. It should be enough for you. So to wrap these things up, you don't really need to necessarily focus on any kind, or there is no point in focusing on kind of perfect macronutrient ratio, because there is no perfect macronutrient ratio, even for you. You know, like person to person differs. Some people really prefer and work better when they have higher carbohydrates, and some people really work better, or it works for them better to have higher fat intake. I know that during summer I actually just intuitively eat more fruit, and therefore I get more carbohydrates. Now in winter months, while I'm actually recording this video, is when I have a much higher fat diet, and I enjoy it as much. But you know, it's a natural cycle. So having some kind of specific split works if you have some specific goals, and it can be temporary, but in general you really don't need to stress about it. For different people works different kind of diet, so you don't even try to look for videos or looking for some kind of what is the ideal macronutrient split, and this is probably how you reached this video. So I would like to cut it right here for you, so stop searching for something like really ideal. First and foremost, focus on the quality of your diet. Limit your processed foods, limit foods that are, yes, basically processed, which have added salt, sugars, and fats in forms of different kind of oils and oil derivatives, and added preservatives. Having said that, if you have questions, comments, then I will be looking forward to hear from you down in the comments below, or if you reach me directly, maybe through my website, Facebook, doesn't matter. All of these things are, by the way, linked down below. And besides that, I would really love to see if you can support me, and you can do that in form of likes, shares, subscribe, send me the message, comment, as I mentioned before. I'm already speaking too much. You have a great day. Bye.